Welcome to Bite-Sized JeffTV. Just a little quick episode now on technique, and this is we're going to talk about a technique that was used in Arab archery, the book Arab archery, and also Saracen archery, and it's how to shoot the arrows, kind of when you're in a war situation. So you've got your quiver. This is a quiver which is based on finds from Birka and also from Rus finds from Russia, and it sort of sits on your hip like this. This is what the archaeologists think. You know, it's got the straps here and around the back. It's got one at the back as well. See there. And what these two books, Arab Archery and Saracen Archery, say is that when you're shooting, you must never take your eyes off the target. So that means you've got to be able to take out an arrow, put it on the bow. Now, so I'm doing this in Western style. Feed it through, put it onto the string, so it's there, right? And then you're constantly looking at the target. Yeah. So I'm going to do two different styles. I'm going to talk through how you do the Western style and how you do the Eastern style. Now, the most important bit is actually what you do with your fingers here, right? So pretty much the shooting is it's Western style, Eastern style, but what you're going to do is when you grab the arrow, you want to, what they say is you grip it between these three fingers here, the index finger, forefinger, and the thumb. Right, and the moment you do that, you can feel, I can feel now where the knock is, the orientation. I can't tell, I could, if I fiddle around with my fingers, I could probably tell where the cock feather is. But the thing is, they're not worried about that. Sometimes they had 4 feathers on here, sometimes they had, they're looking at the archaeological record and they had 2 knocks, one going that way and one going at 90 degrees the other way. So, it didn't really matter which way you put it on. And to be honest with you, the thumb drawer, it doesn't matter whether you have the cock feather out, facing, the way you traditionally think you should be doing it, because that's not traditional anyway. But so as you pull it out, you hold it between your fingers like this. Then what they say is you slap it against the bow. So you slap the arrow up against the bow like that. That would be on the thumb drawer, right? And then you're pushing forwards, right, to get with your hand. You run the shaft along the bow like that. That would be on the thumb drawer. And as you get to this point here, where you come in the string, see how my thumb's on top like that? So what happens is, well, let's just turn it that way for clarity. What happens is, as you approach the string like this, you let it, so the left hand's holding the arrow like that, the right hand, you push your thumb over the string so it's now in your hand. And then what you can do is when you pull it back like that, you'll knock it. It'll sort of, because it's trapped in here, right, you're sliding it back. It can't really go. I mean, 9 times out of 10 it'll pretty much always go on the string. If it doesn't, you can sort of push it forwards again and then pull it back, but you'll find it, right? And from then, that point there, you can hold it like that with the left hand, and they actually say to do this with your finger, right? Then you change to the thumb drawer and then you draw it. Now in the Mediterranean style, what you're going to do is the same thing, but instead of slapping it on the bow, well, you can slap it on the bow to begin with, but what you do is really you slap it on the string, see, and then cant the bow over a bit, feed it through next to your hand, and then you do the same thing where you grip it on there, see? So you do the same thing here. As you slide past, I'll show you. As you come up to the string, like this, you push it, it goes underneath your thumb, but above the arrow, see? And it just pops in, and then you pull it back, and it goes on. And then you can change to the Mediterranean draw, like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep looking at my eyes on the target. Now the reason you look at the target is because within particularly Eastern archery, where it's written down in this book, Arab archery and Saracen archery, what you're going to do is you're going to be fighting other archers. And the moment you look down to do something here, the archer over there is going to be looking at you and he's going to go, oh, that guy's not paying attention. I'll shoot an arrow at him. And in that window of opportunity, you can be killed. So you've got to keep your eyes on the target, because then it allows you to dodge anything that's coming in, or get behind cover. And one of the things that they say in Arab archery and Saracen archery is that one of the 4 sort of tenets is that you must be able to protect yourself. That is, on the battlefield. So yeah, vitally important. So here we go. This is, I'm going to shoot Western style, and I'm just going to shoot 3 arrows, and I'm just going to keep my eyes on the target, and I'm going to use these techniques that I was talking about earlier. So here we go. So I'm looking at the target, pull out an arrow, put it on the string, slide it through, up. 1, 2, 3. See, I didn't take my eyes off the target. I didn't look down here. So you can do it. Right, now, Eastern style. So here we go, Eastern style. Looking at the target, take out an arrow, slap it, run it through, hold it in my finger. You kind of get this rhythm going. And if you work harder and harder and harder at this, you can actually end up shooting quite quickly. There we go, 3. I'll do 4 because I didn't do that one right. Didn't slide it properly. Slide through the thumb. There we go. That was actually hit just right next to the other arrow. So there you go. That's how you can shoot without looking at what you're doing here, and you're just concentrating on the target. Actually, it does help with your accuracy if you're constantly focusing on the target and not worried about what's going on here. And it's a skill that they said both in Arab archery and in Saracen archery, it said it is probably they had the highest regard for people who could do this, and it was a skill, in fact, that they said had to be developed in order to become and to be, you know, considered a good archer. So anyway, just a quick bite-sized TV version, JeffTV version. So thanks for watching. If you like this kind of content, give me a like, click that subscribe button, and I will see you later.